Hello, welcome to GreenWales. You'll find us in Coombe Park. Today we're at Park Primary School. We're with Joe, who's here as a forest school leader. Got a little introduction for you, and then we'll crack on, get to know Joe, get to know the project here at Coombe Park Primary. So, croeso to GreenWales, the channel celebrating the people, businesses and projects building a greener, fairer Wales. Every week, we speak to organisations creating real, sustainable solutions aligned with the Future Generations Act and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, helping Wales lead the way in sustainability and innovation. So let's meet today's guest. I hope you like that, by the way. So today's guest is Joe. Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Hey, bore da, guy.
Oh, bore da! I love the Welsh! That's what we like to see. In fact, we are in the valleys of Wales, so, you know, that's what we're about. Can you, before we get into it, just tell me, where are we? What are we in? What's around us? And just a tiny bit of what you do here. And because we'll hit the rest in the interview anyway, but just give us a little outline of who you are and what we're about here.
So at the moment, we are in Coombe Park Primary's Forest School cabin, which is like our heart of our forest school. So in Forest School, we learn lots about nature. It's just a different learning environment for children. Every child in Park Primary accesses our forest school. And yeah, it's just, you know, we just love it. And the children love it. And are you
the full-time forest school lead?
Yeah, so I'm the full-time forest school lead. I'm up here 5 days a week, day in, day out. Whatever the weather, mostly rain. Not gonna lie, but yeah, it's just a different way of learning, and the children, it's very hands-on, it's very practical, and the children really take to it. So yeah, never had any complaints yet. Anyway, so
well, how long has it been going for?
This is our 4th year.
The 4th year now.
4th year, yeah.
So it's still quite young in a lot of ways. It's just developing nicely.
Yeah, and this what it was. The area, I know you would have seen, you've videoed parts of the area. Yeah. As you know yourself, none of this was here 4 years ago. We've literally had to build it from the ground up, which is
literally
kind of like my baby.
Good. Now, we have a list of questions that we ask everybody on the show, so it's consistent. We get good responses, a variety of responses, which you've seen already from the many episodes we've done already. Last week we had Dave Harris from Grow Rhondda, who's all about collaboration with different organisations outside of it. I think the nice thing about this channel and about what we do is everybody's interpretation of the Future Generations Act and how they embed that into what they're doing. It isn't just a one-size-fits-all. It's how you go about what you do and the feeling of how you go forward with it. It's not like a tick box exercise. Which is why I think the Future Generations Act is successful. It's just not found, as in it's not an obvious thing to see. Because you're going, oh, I have got this criteria, which means I'm Future Generations Act. There's a lot of companies are actually already delivering, which is amazing, and just are not quite aware that they're actually doing an amazing job. And I think this is one of these places.
Oh, thank
you. You got your Platinum Award from Keep Wells Tidy for, what was it, what was the Platinum Award?
For our Eco Committee. So we've had the Platinum Flag for the Eco Committee in Wales. We have had lots of interest. We've actually been a case study for the Welsh Government of a good use of PDG funding. So
what does PDG mean?
Pupil deprivation grant.
Oh wow, amazing.
Because we are classed as a deprived area, you know. But yeah, we're very lucky. We've got the children absolutely love you. They all take ownership of the forest school area, and we've got parents like yourself who are really keen to help out as well. So really
I think having this facility here is just amazing, and you can just see the effect that it's having on the children. I think Eva, my daughter, she was one of the first years to from the beginning to actually get access to it. So to see what it does for her and her learning is great. Right, okay. I loved that. That was great. We're going to start with some questions, okay? Now, I always say to everybody that there's no pressure on knowing everything, because no one should know everything. So at any point, if you need to look at notes, if you want to have a chat to open it up slightly, that's more than okay. As we just said, the Future Generations Act isn't like a tick box criteria. It's more how you go about the long term, the preventative, the collaborative. You know, there's so many ways that the Future Generations Act can be applied here, and it already is by just sitting in this room. You can see it. So we got a list of 5 questions and 1 bonus question after.
Oh right, okay.
I did say this to you. Yeah, it's fine. But the bonus question is a nice one. It's just who would you like us to go and see?
Yeah, right.
You know, who we'd. It's a nice one, and if you're struggling with it, we'll just hit it ourselves anyway, so don't panic. So our first question is this. How does your work contribute to a more sustainable and prosperous Wales, and which future generation or SDG goal does it support, Jo?
So we are teaching our children in forest school to become more resilient learners. We teach them, all the teaching is as much as we can do through nature. It's all practical, hands-on learning. And we cover things like healthy eating, so they grow their own fruit and vegetables. Then the produce is cooked in our fire pit, picked and cooked by the children in the fire pit area. So for example, we are making cowl next week for St. David's Day.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so you're joining like an event up in the school curriculum with actually an activity in the forest school.
And it's all about real life experiences and real life learning, and it's giving them those skills and teaching them those skills to go forward in life, you know. I'm hoping it'll give them the spark to grow their own in their gardens, which we have had so far. We've had lots of pupils come in for cut-ins of things like mint.
Really?
Yeah, mint. You know, like tomato plants. You donated plants last year, and we gave cut-ins of those plants to the pupils, and they were growing them at home as well. So, and also any surplus vegetables. Last summer we gave out to people in the community, so elderly people. So
did you?
Yeah. So it's teaching them, you know, you know, it's good to grow and share.
And it's kindness as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that covers a big part.
A healthier Wales. Tick.
A more equal Wales then. All children in our school access the provision.
Okay.
And I find those children who don't necessarily love the classroom environment, the traditional classroom environment, they thrive out here and they become the leaders. So we have got a little buddy system going on at the moment, which we are starting now, where our older children or our older learners come and work with the younger learners, so they are passing on their skills. So they are showing them things like when we plant a potato, we face, you know,
which
the
we face
upwards, and you know, and they are telling, they are measuring it. You know, it's
like leadership for them, then, isn't it?
It is leadership. It's giving them a job and them confidence, and they know what they're doing, and I'm learning with them as well, because when I started this, I think I planted cress in a day.
Everyone was chatting.
Yeah.
But
I've had lots of information off you, haven't I? I've learned a lot from you. We visited you with allotment as well.
Yeah. But that's what for me is collaboration, and the big one for me is because people always go, I have no idea, you know, and sustainability can be so overwhelming for people. They just go, I have no idea, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just start at the basics. Just recycle well, you know, to grow one thing that you've not grown before and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then that just, and I've 100% seen that with you, Jo. You know, where when you first started, and we're both on that journey, by the way, because when you first started 4 years ago, I'd only been on my sustainable journey for like 2 years. Which when I was really early as well. I'm just a couple of years in. So you keep looking at me going, he's amazing. I'm like, no, I just carried on, like that's all it is.
I'm like, God, do I grow this? What's happening to this? Come and look at this.
But you've smashed this anyway. Because I've only come in once a week, every now and again, for 15 minutes, and we just had a chat. You've done everything. I haven't told you to do any of this, none of it.
The children, I just give them a ruler and a pack of seeds. Off they go. They just, you know, they do it themselves.
And you inspire each other then, isn't
it? Yeah, 100%. And I just think, you know, it's just giving them opportunities they might not access, because I think sometimes it's going a bit, isn't it? You know, we grow, you know, I think it might be coming back in now.
Yeah, I think it's all about sustainability. And, you know, you said something about the kids who don't thrive in a traditional educational environment and how they thrive here. I think it just it's modern teaching. It's a modern way of teaching, and that's exactly what it should be. It shouldn't be, if you can't sit here and learn, then you're going to fail. And your whole life then is under threat because you haven't been able to learn. Where you're going is, actually, we've got another way to help you learn. You might end up being able to cope with that classroom then, because you're having a couple of sessions in here. You might have to be a very good leader out here, but that doesn't mean there's not an amazing career waiting for you elsewhere. And I think because of the green economy and the way that it's transforming with public parks, I want to say public parks like NRW and all their parks, etc., and all the ranger jobs, and there's so many career paths out there now. Like if I was a child now, I think I would probably be out here. I'd probably be one of those leaders, because I always did struggle with that natural teaching environment.
I'm the same now. You know, put me in a room full of people in a meeting, I'm like, you know, put me back out.
I just go...
and I don't take anything in. I know that sounds awful.
No, it doesn't sound awful, but it's just being honest to yourself.
Yeah, and it's just think as well, we've built really good relationships with other schools. So Ysgol Enverin, they bring their children up to us once a fortnight, and they actually they come and they do a session with our children. So we're making links all over, you know. Collaboration.
I didn't even think you'd be able to collaborate to a certain extent because it's a school environment, but you are obviously are collaborating.
Yeah, and it's all child-led. We encourage independence, real life experiences. I think that's so important. We've got our woodwork, we do a lot of woodworks, we recycle a lot of wood, we find it, you know, we go up at the mountain where they've chopped the trees down and, you know, and get little bits of wood, and the children there, and they, as you can see from over there, you know.
Yeah, behind you there's a whole like woodworking area. I'll try and capture it in a bit, okay?
So they make things, you know, they've made their wooden mallets, they've made reindeers, Christmas time.
Yeah,
but it's just learning how to drill and screw, and do you know what I mean? It's just one of those... Yeah. It's just, it gives them skills that, like I say, they might not ordinarily have access to.
I don't think they really wouldn't have access to.
Yeah.
I never had access to that.
Yeah.
And even now, I don't know how to make any of those things.
Yeah.
So they're getting exposure at a young age to amazing skills, to things they might not know. It's confidence building as well. So going, if you're not amazing at reading and writing, you could be an amazing hands-on sort of person. So then your carpentry skills get worked out. You might have a visual sort of way of building, so you can see something. That's my strength.
Yeah.
If I go to build something, unless I can see it, I can't do it. But if I can see it, it's happening. I think that's my sort of thing. But it's getting these kids to realise that at a very early age,
and
which is great.
I think it's embedded now as well. So the children, they start in nursery, forest school, and you know they do. I've got, you know, we got children in nursery. They've come up and they love the woodwork side of things. So give them a little screwdriver.
I didn't think you had nursery coming up here, so that's amazing.
Yeah, well, we've started now. Now they're getting a little bit older. They're coming up. But yeah, it's lovely.
Great.
It's really nice. So yeah.
Are you happy? Happy? You've said everything you want to say on this question one?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to talk about a globally responsible Wales. The children do regular litter picks. So they got their litter pickers here, and they regularly, they've gone out into the community, and they've done litter picks, but they do take care of their yard as well.
Oh, good.
And we have a lot of rubbish thrown over from the street. And if they see it, they're like, Mrs. James, can we have the litter picker, you know? So it's just making, it's teaching them that everyone's responsible for a better Wales, a better environment, you know.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know you did that. And that's something like where I live, you know, your family are sort of half... we're up there, etc. But what I've been doing with the street since COVID, really, and again, that's where my journey's been. Is we've been planting spring bulbs all along the way up. So when you come up, it's a nice. It just makes it more welcoming. They're coming up right now. There's about 5 daffs up right now.
Yeah.
There's 130 stems. I'm sad. There's 130 stems. So I'm
you've been
I'm like, because I just love it, you know. And then hopefully every year, but. I think that's the really important thing. We've got an amazing place. Hopefully you'll see on the camera like where we are here, the school, the mountain, the Bulch Mountain is right here. We're surrounded by natural landscape. Probably 90% of a population in the UK don't have access to this sort of green space.
Yeah.
You've even got access to a forestry.
Yeah, which we use often. We often go out on walks in the local community. We make use of all the mountains. Year 6 then at the end of the summer term, they take part in their local 3 peaks challenge, where we go out and we walk the local mountains, and then they learn
what invertebrates, what flora and fauna is there,
and how to take care of the community, you know.
And I see that with the comprehensive children. I know it's only been going for 4 years, but you've got some of those kids coming through that system who obviously live around Cwm Park.
Oh, they're so respectful.
So respectful,
because I did have a comment of one teacher who came out to look at our area, and she said to the children, leave it alone in the evenings. I said, I've never had a day's trouble, touch wood, because they're so respectful, you know.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Great. And I think it's the age as well, isn't it? The young kids who are really young are quite respectful naturally because they're quite shy themselves.
Yeah.
So I think in the comprehensive environment, things become a bit more vulnerable at night. Because kids just go, I'm crazy! There's loads of hormones!
We've all been there,
We've all been there. Thank God, not anymore. Right, question 2.
Yeah.
There we are then. So what product, service or solution do you offer, and how is it helping Welsh communities or businesses transition to net zero or circular thinking?
So the sessions that we plan and deliver, we make sure that they are nature-based, real-life and learning experiences, like I said earlier, like natural crafts, growing, picking, cooking their own.
Yeah.
Also, we encourage like biodiversity, so they plant in flowers. They understand then that we need those flowers for the bees to pollinate.
Yeah.
And we encourage the children to have an understanding of sustainability and that we all have a role to protect our world. And I think this supports the communities then by encouraging circular thinking, encouraging reuse and repair, recycle and biodiversity enhancement then.
They're sort of not seeing there's a linear world out there which is take, make, dispose. They're sort of seeing like, oh, if I buy my vegetables in the co-op, a lot of people don't know, especially young ones, where they actually come from.
Yeah.
So if they, we call it, there's an amazing project called Stalk to Fork, which Dave Harris runs.
Yeah.
It's very good because it teaches you all the way from stalk, where it comes, pin the seed in, all the way to planting it, looking after it, make sure the slugs don't get it.
Oh.
No, no, it won't.
They are not my friends.
Everybody's issues. And then also then you're caring for it, when to harvest, then getting it out. If it's onions, drying them out, then you're having to process them, then you make them into it. So it gives you an appreciation for everything you're actually having in the first place. And I think that's what's really important, is people realising it's not a take, make, dispose, take, make, dispose. And we're getting to a point now where things are getting more expensive. You know, things are getting harder to afford.
100%.
But the whole point of that is because we need to not be in that linear way and that circular thinking. And you might not mention it, but the carpentry skills, making those reindeers, making those different things, learning how to make fires, it's very circular as well, because you're not leaving anything to waste as well. No. So that's great.
And we reuse a lot. I was telling you earlier on about how we've like...
and the guttering out the front, there's so much guttering, and you're just like, why? If you haven't got any kids, you'd be like, why is there no guttering? You know, because kids love to connect gutters together and put water down them. But that teaches them all different things about gravity, flow.
Like making waterfalls, you know, measuring capacity.
And you can also fit into that then water scarcity, being like, this is amazing, but like there is less than 0.5% drinking water available left on this planet.
And
so
they are shocked with that, because we've done we've done quite a few sessions with saving water, and they can't believe some of the, you know, how much water it takes. And like ChatGPT uses water. And they were like, wow.
A lot of water.
Like
and it's all about cooling it down, isn't it? I think it's, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a lot. It's more water than we should be using for something like that.
Definitely.
Which is then undermining our net zero targets all over the world, because then people are going, AI, and you're going, you've been doing amazing in this area, but now because your AI is going so quick and it's unregulated, it's actually undermining what we're trying to do. But hopefully if you use it correctly, use it wisely, you help it to make good decisions as much as you possibly can, then hopefully more good will come from it. But regulation will come, and we're not, today's not talking about AI, so we're all right. Okay, Joe, so what challenges have you faced as a Welsh business or project, and what support or collaboration would help accelerate you?
So the key challenges, apart from the weather and the cat's poo in primary school, it may be like, so managing the area, like repairs. We got a lovely Griff who comes in to help. But we are thinking of setting up a parent committee, forest committee, where parents like yourself have in the past give up their time to come in, and you know, I know we wanted a little fence structure and
so all the wood chip-ins, getting that renewed.
Getting the wood chip-ins renewed, and you know, it's just, you know, getting help from outside, you know. So I'm very lucky the parents have been supportive, and we're
talking about collaboration with schools as well, isn't it? Getting other schools involved, sharing that knowledge as well.
So we collaborate already, like I said before, with Ysgol yn Felyn. We've set up quite a few links with other schools. Currently we are Tylerstown Primary bringing their eco committee here. So they are going to join in on a session with us.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's just about making links with like other organisations in the community as well.
So you can see probably the challenges right now are more that there's just not enough forest schools. There's not a big enough network of you to really share those experiences together. And actually the way to accelerate is to invite people over. As you say, we're having maybe an open day where you can have other primary schools, or I'd say, is it areas of schools? I forget how they sort of
clusters,
say clusters. Invite different clusters over for open days where you can sort of show and inspire, and then hopefully either go there to lead a workshop or them come to you and you can show them how to do different things.
100%. And it's just sharing knowledge and sharing experiences, and just, you know, like having the children to visit you know, the different schools and the different areas, and for them to pick up knowledge as well, you know,
Yeah, and
pass on their skills.
We were saying earlier on that, you know, some places have woodlands, some places have lakes.
Yes.
So it's not even so much about the facility. It could be the facilities, and it could be the people who are training it. Someone's amazing at woodwork, someone's amazing at flora and fauna, someone's amazing at growing. So it's having all those different people coming together and collaborating where you can share those experiences. Okay then, so how could other Welsh organisations, communities or SMEs work with you, and what opportunities do you see for collaboration in Wales? So we're sort of answering that halfway already by what we've just said. And I know you've had like RSPB, Keep Wales Tidy come over, so
Yeah, so Keep Wales Tidy came in to do a session of tree planting, and the lady who came there, she worked with the children and she passed on some of her knowledge, and that was lovely. Like I said, we've shared lots of resources with other schools. You know, and I think we kind of touched on that in the last question.
And I think as other organisations wanting to do things, you've got the Lost Peatlands project where they can share knowledge with you. You did the RSPB Spring, is it Bird Count?
Bird Count,
that's what it's called,
so survey,
so that's the different collaborative things coming through. As I said earlier, it's harder to sort of collaborate with SMEs because it is a school, because they are protected children, because all that. So it's more about collaborating with different schools, embedding the forest schools throughout Wales, and helping then embed the Future Generations Act via doing the work that you're already doing. Yeah,
and the Future Generations Act ties in with the new curriculum as well, because the new curriculum, I think schools can be quite bespoke to the school you're in, and you can cater it to your needs then. So I think it does, and it's about learners becoming more aware, environmentally aware,
So, and I think that's what's happening, which is a beautiful thing, And that leads us on to our lovely last question, which is what is your long-term vision for Wales, a green economy, and what role do you hope to play locally, nationally or globally? And what I will say on that is, we were talking a little bit about sparrows, etc., and there'd been like a little injured sparrow, and the year 6 students caring for that, getting it taken to a place in Tynnewydd, get looked after. And the fact that one, it survived, but two, the kids got to go through that journey of its survival and its care and nurture, which is that sort of long-term role locally being played out where they wouldn't have had that experience. Your long-term vision for Wales, green economy, and what role do you hope to play locally, nationally, globally?
Sorry, Gareth.
Oh, please go. I'm interrupting you in the first place. I won't panic.
I'd love to see our children carrying on, growing up with the skills that we teach you in forest school, and becoming more confident and more environmentally aware then, and passing their knowledge then onto the future generations, and I think that will help with Wales' green economy. We
were chatting before this when we were talking about how when we were kids we didn't have access to any of these things, and even my sustainability journey didn't start till I was about 30. And I was doing a workshop last week where I met kids who were 18 in a place where it didn't exist, the fire pit and all the the workshop area, etc. And now they're 18 years old, now living that dream that I wish I could have dreamt. And I think we both said we're not maybe not natural learners in the classroom, where actually we would have thrived in a forest school 100%. Originally. So hopefully that will come through, isn't it? By what you're doing, you'll have a 12-year-old who is a 30-year-old version of me. And then that means that when they get to 30, the things that they'll be doing for the environment, the things that they'll be doing for Wales, will just be astronomical.
I hope so, and I think it's just our role to help build those skills.
That green economy that we're trying to help as well, isn't it?
So,
Okay, great. So the last question is, who, if we said you could have anybody come here next, or say come on the channel more than anything else, somebody can go and interview next, who would you recommend from the projects that you've seen, the people you've seen, the schools you've seen? It'd probably be nice to keep it within the school area because of what we're visiting today. And it's all about the next generation, this sort of part of the channel. So who would you recommend?
So we've got lovely links with Ysgol in Felyn. Ysgol in Felyn, then they've just this year started their own forest school area. It's quite different to ours. So I think by speaking to the gentleman who runs their forest school, you could get, just a different look on things. And obviously, Yeah, and they cater to children from 3 to 18 as well. So,
do they?
Yes.
And you said something then, it sounds like he's got a different skill set compared to yourself as well.
So he's really good at woodwork. So he would be coming from a different, I'm okay at woodwork, like Griff.
We're always learning. We're always learning.
Yeah. But, I've made reindeers, and snowmen. Or snow people, sorry.
Wait, I couldn't even make a reindeer right now. So, I wouldn't panic about that. Yeah. But I want to say thank you, Joe. It's been really good to come here. And it's quite a different part of what we're doing. And this is the first part of that next generation part of the channel as well. Yeah. Showing I forget what I have to call the playlist now, but it's like the green roots coming through, which feeds everything else. We've got our forward players like yourself, Dave Harris. We've got Chris at Coffee with Flowers. You've got Natasha playing against sport. Hopefully me on this channel being part of that. And then if we can join everybody together and to collaborate together, the whole point of the channel is to make everybody more prosperous, give people more opportunity, more trying for collaboration, more potential for funding partners together. And I think that's what mainly GreenWales is about. It's about showing to each other. We now have a quarterly newsletter coming out, and the whole point of that is that people get to share to each other what they're doing. I saw on the weekend, I went to a planting workshop where it was Played Against Sport paying Coffee Flowers to deliver a planting workshop, which was like for well-being. They're partnering and they're collaborating at the same time. Quite different, Played Against Sport tackles sports poverty. Coffee Flowers is about floristry and about supply chains, about biodiversity. Very different, but very similar thinking. And I think that's where all of this could come together.
It's just different strands of it, isn't it?
It's all different strands that are all coming together, and you never know in the future. I know Mr. Williams was asking us, the head teacher was asking us about school trips. And I put it down to 0 because that is a housing association that help people with housing, but they're offsetting and tackling their carbon footprint by owning this huge piece of land where they're growing and they've got beehives and they're completely changing it. And I'm like, for me, that would be an amazing school trip to go to a site and go, today you're going to plant 50 trees. Or you're going to go into a huge polytunnel. The experience, for me, it's not about going, when I say awkward, rest in peace awkward.
It's gone.
It doesn't exist anymore. How old am I getting? Drayton Manor. There are other theme parks are available. Folly Farm, let's keep it in Wales. But instead of going to these places, it costs a fortune. You'd be in 6 hours of travelling in a bus where everyone's throwing up all the time because kids can't travel that far. Make it an experience instead. And I think maybe there should be a woodland school trip. Summer trip as an option. There should be a third option. Not just going one place local in Wales, one place further away to a really cool theme park. Maybe it should be, do you want a really cool nature experience? I said the Llanelli wetlands, the RSPB Newport wetlands. There's amazing days out there. And maybe you can't have 100 kids doing it. But I think that's the point. You put it in with the mix. And I think that's a different way of doing it,
maybe they could be offered as class trips, when they're doing the...
no, they must be a summer trip.
Oh, sorry,
I'm joking. But hopefully that's it, I just know that buses are really expensive these days, and that transport side can be, a really big pull on people. But no, again, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
It's been amazing coming here. We're going to go and see Griff in a second now.
My lovely Griff.
He's only because he's right there. She's saying good things. No, do you want to tell me a little bit about Griff and what he's doing here and why he's here?
So Griff is a young gentleman. He volunteers once a week in forest school. But before, just after finishing his GCSEs, he came here, I think he was most days from you, Griff. And he's just got so much initiative. So
it's being that next sort of generation through
100%
in Inspire, and hopefully then in the future they will start their own forest school with another school somewhere else, because as you said, they're all developing and growing now, and again he'll be 20 years ahead of us. So when he's our age, God, if you're doing this now, I can only imagine what the next generation of forest schoolers will actually bring with this foundation in front of them.
And like Griff's got so much knowledge that he's given to me that I don't know, flora, fauna, everything, it's just, he's been...
And to think about that knowledge is going to go into the next generation of children as well. If what you've done and the impact that you've had already, and you've been doing this for 4 years, if someone is 18, 16, they have their own forest school by the time they're 21, 24,
it's going to be...
by the time they're 30 and the kids are learning from that person, it just gets me really excited at what the future holds. And we talk about a bit of respect from children and the difference in the kids that have been to forest school locally, then gone to the comp. You're about 4 years in now, and obviously the first year, only year 6 got to have it.
Yeah.
But now we're 4 years in, they go
Yeah.
to the comp, the respect that they have. It's like dialing the clock back to community, which is
Yes.
exactly what we've been missing and
Yeah.
what's been leaving the area as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And like I said, the respect. People have visited the area and from other schools, and they've said to the children, leave the area alone in the evenings. And I've never had a day's trouble. So it just shows they look after their area. They've gone to the comp looking after the area, so they respect it. And we're really, really lucky in that.
I just hope the comp
so.
now can help nurture that next phase.
Yeah.
Because comps have their own challenges,
Yeah.
have their own set of rules compared to primary schools.
Yeah.
And I just hope that, you know, in the next few years, maybe they'll have their own forest school. And maybe they do have an committee now. I'm not even sure. But maybe I should go looking at that. And what was the people you said we should go and see next?
Ysgol and Felyn.
Ysgol and Felyn. And where to are they?
They are in Ystrad by the Sports Centre.
Oh, right. They're really local. Like
very local. Don't have to use too much petrol.
I have an ultra-low emissions vehicle. How dare you? No, nobody's perfect. We always say this, okay? Everybody's on a journey. Everybody does sustainable things. I've been on my journey for 5 years. You've been on yours for 4 years. You know, I think this is my 6th year.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting old now. Anyway, but we're just going to say thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you to Park Primary. Thank you to Mr. Williams for letting this happen as well, the head teacher. We're going to go see Griff now up in the... I think the hut, the burning hut. Why am I calling it the fire pit? I'm like the burning hut. Burn the hut down. No, the fire pit. And all you left for us to do is to say goodbye and wave to the camera. So, bye.
Bye.